One channel is silent. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Okay. I don't know what to do with it. That's part 2, I guess. Worry about the videos. So, I guess just kind of sit here, watch life happen. Have a little slow, interesting day. Battle smoking temptations. Oof. Maybe just talk some things out. I think I'm holding on to a lot of stuff. I have to feel it. I'm feeling it. I'm also feeling it. It's a quiet little neighborhood. A car drives by here and there. The wind blows. The trains whistle. It sounded more like a boat toot. The airplanes fly. The airplanes fly. This is what noise is. It's noise. Sound. Sound everywhere. There's sound everywhere. Just close your eyes and listen to the sounds. There's like a tarp blowing in the wind. There's that, a car being locked to the left. There's wind. What is the sound of wind? There's that honk whistle. It kind of does sound like a boat or a train, maybe. Train. Another airplane. Heard a bird. Another car. Oh, the chimes. Some more birds chirping. The bus. The visuals are nice too. On first look, you may not think much of it. There's, straight in front of me, a building with a condom on it. Well, it's wrapped in plastic. You literally cannot see the building. It's just a plastic wall of tarps that are kind of blowing in the wind. That's what you're hearing. Then there's the building to the left, which also has chimes on it. Sound of a hammer hitting steel. The middle of the building's under construction. The left one, it looks old, but not old. Maybe 80s. It's kind of got a faded, pastel kind of look to it. It's got 1, 2, 3 floors and the main floor. Is that 4 floors? Or in Europe, maybe that's just 3. It's the same height as the one with the condom on it. And both of these buildings block the view of the Puget Sound, which is directly behind them. My view would be very different if these buildings were not here. There's a woman walking her dog across the street. She's wearing headphones, dressed in black, salt and pepper hair. She wears one bit of color, which is her fanny pack strapped across her chest, and a yellow leash for the dog. The dog is just pooped. She is unbagging the bag. A car is driving by, and the trains keep whistling. Those have got to be boats. I'm telling you, those are boats. Or trains. They're very honky either way. The woman is walking back the way that she can. She's obviously done with her walk. Instead of doing a circle, it's a there and back again situation. The airplane's coming. The woman to my right, the little couple, birds are flying. Pigeons have just landed. The building to my right, if we want to introduce it, Bella Vista, I would say the oldest building that I can see from here. It's made of brick. I'm guessing 50s. 50s or 60s. It has a bit of the classic Bella Vista. It's a mystery, really. I'm not really sure. Could be older, but it's quite small. It's just 2 stories or 1 story. I don't know. No, it's 2-story. There's the one on top of it. 2 stories, but how many floors? I'm sure it has many stories, this building, as many people have lived there. And the birds quite like it there. So half of them are on top of the roof, which is completely flat. I should say all of these roofs are quite flat. And then on the power lines, there's quite a lot of power lines running through here. Pigeons love being on power lines. I always remember, don't touch power lines. You're gonna get shocked. But it was okay to touch it once. That was the rule I remember as a child. If you touched it twice, it would shock you. Touch it once, oh, you're fine. But I will say, these pigeons, in my mind, that's how I rationalize how they could be there. They're only touching once. This rule doesn't make sense. It's one of these things as a child that you're like, oh, okay. Oh, there's a woman with very white, pale skin walking across the street. Again, it says unknown. The bus does not know where it's going. I kind of like that. Mystery bus. The airplanes are quite frequent. I didn't even realize how often they were coming. Helping myself to a Velo Wildberry. 9 mgs. Megagrams? Milligrams. Grams? Grand Slam. A gray Nissan truck with a dog. A dog is sitting in the middle, just watching the world. Dogs are interesting creatures. End of sentence. End of thought. This is a Sunday afternoon that these sounds are brought to you by. I should also mention the nature that's abundant around me. Maybe not quite as abundant as not here. You know, more rural area where they kind of have more of the natural nature around them. Big trees, big native trees. Everything here is, well, kind of old, but at the same time, more sparse, because, there's maybe just a line of trees. And maybe they're not evergreens. It looks like there is an evergreen over there to the, well, this is a park situation that they created. So the trees are a little more dense to my right, where there's a park. And it just looks like kind of a little cluster, And there's all types. They all blend quite well together. It's quite interesting. And in front of this a building in front of me, there's 3 pretty well medium height, the same height as the building, these trees. I'd say they're medium trees, Can't quite tell what they are. They got bush leaves. They're more bushy, they're not leafy. I'm no tree expert. But gosh darn it, one day, with a little help from my friends, I could be. Oh, the very pale lady's back on the other side. She's getting things from her car. She's got what appears to be a Trader Joe's bag on top of her roof. I could be wrong. Could be a takeout bag. It's paper. It's a brown paper bag of some sort. There's also some smaller trees, almost bush-like things you're seeing in front of me. But over to my left on this side of the street, it looks to be a very tall Japanese maple, if I'm not mistaken. It's quite nice. The leaves have not quite started turning yet. It's getting close to that time. It's approaching the fall. Interesting summer. Lots of work, playing with nieces and nephews, kind of doing more of a family style and hanging out with my mom a lot. I did improv just to have fun, I would say. Yeah. It was a lot of fun. And I really enjoyed it. What did I enjoy about it? You're asking the tough questions. I enjoyed doing silly things with people. Like, we all took time out of our day, out of our lives, to do this thing in front of other people. We wanted to pretend together. Yeah. It's a very weird thing to want to do. Yeah. I hope I get more opportunities to do that. The sun feels like it's about to pop out. It's quite an overcast day, but I can feel the heat of the sun, the brightness in the sky is getting turned up, and the clouds are still very thick, but there are pieces of blue peeking through. And these pigeons are doing circles, all flying in a group. I'm not quite sure why. If something's spooking them, or if it's just exercise. Perhaps they're scouting together. Oh, there's a straggler, or a different kind of bird. It is interesting when 95% of them are in the group, and then there's just the 5% that are a little more rogue. Oh, and I'm actually seeing the plane now. I can see the plane. It's pretty cool looking because it's sort of dipping in and out of the clouds. It's got a nice look to it. A little foggy. Quite a loud plane. It's quite high in the sky. I can only imagine. Sound really does travel, as we've learned today. There's another plane on the other side. A different flight plan. A bug just flew by. You could hear very faint the flapping of the pigeon's wings when they flew by. Sort of chimes are coming in again. You could hear something close. It could be a door. Could be something else entirely. Interesting sound. Sort of a metal on metal dropping. The woman is back. The bag is gone. She must have left something else in her car. And speaking of cars, it's primarily street parking around here. And you can see basically every spot taken. The cars are not jammed, packed, for maximum efficiency. Perhaps what would be helpful is lines to be drawn, to be like, hey, park here, park here, park here. So you're kind of left with people following their own judgment, and they're really just going by the cars in front and behind them. Sometimes you can't help it. And then the car in front or back moves, then the configuration kind of gets all jimble-jambled multiple times. So you're left with the situation we have here, which is you could probably squeeze in another couple cars if everything was done with the lines, parking lines. Having said that, there is either a big open space for 2 cars if you pack them in pretty tightly, or just a really king-size spot for one car left that I'm seeing on across the street. From my vantage point, I can't really see directly down, but to my right, I can peek over and see the cars parked on my side of the street, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the distance. And there is a very small half a space in between the four cars, 5 cars, 2 and 3, 2 below, 3 above, where the space is, half a space. Funny enough, the oldest building here appears to have the parking lot in front of it. Hard to say how old the building with the condom on is, being that I can't see anything except the white tarp, or multiple tarps, or just the plastic covering that's on there. There is a sign that's attached to it, which I'm guessing is the construction company that's in charge of this whole operation. It's partially blocked by the tree in front of it, and it's partially blocked by the power lines that are in front of both of those things. But I can clearly see a bit of a logo when it's not getting blown in the wind also. But it is a lowercase a at the very top, quite big, quite large. Lowercase a line that is directly below it. Doesn't stretch all the way across, so it's just like a design element within the logo. Because touching both the A, the line, is something directly below those things. That is a lowercase g. And it sort of looks like either like an infinity sign or like top-down boobs with like open arms, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, the way that it's designed sort of looks like that. Boobs with open arms. Woman with open arms, I guess. Yeah. That's what the logo is saying. There's another tree that I want to talk about that has leaves, and it would appear that it's already halfway molted or de-leaved, however you want to say it. It doesn't appear like the other leaves there are yellow or have any notion of falling off just yet. So that's a bit curious how this tree operates. I don't see many leaves below it either. They very well have been raked up. The pigeons are back, and they are really favoring the power lines. It appears to be less of them, but nevertheless, there are power lines. That's where they are. Both sides of the street. So I think they can cover more ground, more vantage points, or the rival gangs. It's hard to really tell. If you're in Group A, do you, as a pigeon, feel like you belong more with this group? The Group B. Oh, someone from Group B went to Group A. Interesting. So either he's relaying information that he saw. Oh, another one's flying over. Interesting. So maybe they got lonely. They wanted to come say hi to their friends over here, quite possibly. So now, oh, another one's coming. Seems to be they're regrouping at Group A. Now there's 4 left. Oh, 2, 3. Now they're making room for the others. There's Literally only one left. And there's a crow, actually, by group B. This is interesting. They don't seem to be acknowledging each other. Oh, everyone from group A just flew off. There's still just one bird, one pigeon in group B. Kind of a lone straggler. I don't know if he's trying to be brave and prove something, or he's too afraid to really make a move altogether. But now his friends are quite far away. They seem to be circling back, and they just did a round, and now they're sort of flying around where group B is. Okay. One pigeon has landed pretty close to the crow. Oh, they're all there. They're all there. They're all there. They have surrounded the crow. I repeat, the mass of pigeons have all gone to group B now, and they have just surrounded the crow, all of them. They're not doing anything. They're super chill. They're just basically hanging out. The crow seems to be playing with something at the very top. He's not actually on the power lines. He's on the pole, the wooden pole on top. There's just like a nice, small, but still like substantial surface, flat surface to work with. Big enough for him, of course. Seems to be long, like a French fry. It doesn't seem like he's eating it though. He's more just trying to figure it out, play with it. I'm not sure he knows what he has. And he seems to take no heed to the pigeons. And it could be that the crow is the leader and the pigeons are his minions. This could be a hot take. Do crows work with pigeons directly? The crow has what appears to have abandoned whatever he was playing with and flew off. Now he's on the sidewalk just strutting. Oh, he's looking for something else. Seems to have found something. No? He's on the hunt for something. He's in a bit of a patch of dirt that's next to the sidewalk. There's ivy and a tree nearby. And he's walking around in that little patch. Oh, he's back on the concrete. Oh. No, he's gone back into the dirt. Perhaps looking for food. Perhaps looking for treasure for someone who has trained him to look for treasures. They say ravens and wolves work well together. But of course, these are crows. So they could be cut off from the wolves. However, they could be in connection with dogs. I wonder that. If the wolf raven get on, would the crow dog equally? They're sort of the smaller versions of those two. Oh, the crow appears to be looking through the ivy. Quite a distance away from the little patch. For a walking bird, I should say. For a human, it would be maybe 10, 15 steps. He's found something. Seems to be a bit of trash. I'm not quite sure what it looks like. But he's placed it down and sort of pecking around it. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, there's a white pigeon that is soloing, and he just landed on Bella Vista, the oldest building, the rooftop. It looks very different than the other pigeons, which are sort of the classic gray. Oh, now he's flying over to them. Okay. He's joined group B, which I feel like has now just become the group. A couple more pigeons have joined, and they are standing firm. Wow, another one just joined them. Oh, 3 more have arrived. Their numbers are growing. 2 more have just joined them. Very interesting stuff. There is a few beautiful large lines where they are just packed in. And there are some sort of more outskirts. Oh, three more have joined. It's just interesting where they choose to land. A couple of them just were sort of together, and one flew sort of away. Oh, two more have joined. Next to three, and this guy chose, okay, on the other side. It's funny which ones I think crave more space and which ones crave to be more huddled. And do they take turns? Impossible to know, really. Most pigeons look very similar to each other, especially from far away distances. And I don't really know these pigeons. First time really paying attention to them, I'd say. That is a crow on the left-hand side. Cocking. Crowing. Cuckoo. Oh, he's still cocking. He's still crowing. Perhaps trying to get his boys all together for a little powwow. Now, a curious thing is knowing which are male and which are female of crows and pigeons. Ducks seem pretty easy to tell apart. But certain birds, you think, which ones are the ladies and which ones are the guys? Certain animals, I'd say, too. And perhaps in Seattle, it's hard to tell as well. Sometimes. Okay. Pretty quiet. We have a woman who did take out some boxes, kind of recycling. She seems to be on a cleaning bender. So we have another airplane. Can't see it, but you can definitely hear it. A car with a dog in the back, and that dog has the head out the window. Classic move. 1515 is the number of the building with a condom on it. It's not on the building, mind you. It's a pretty basic sort of triangle holder. It seems to be two triangles and then a base. And the sign is at the top of it. Okay, I just saw a leaf fall in the wind. Just one stray little yellow leaf. Who knows from where? Seemed like it came from top of our building. Oh, and luck would have it, there's a U-Haul pulling up directly in front of this building. And it is a white van. Possibly someone moving in, possibly someone moving out. They just parked. The bus on cue. This is a light, but still quite heavily used street, I would say, or area. You do have the bus going through, you have the airplanes flying over, you have the occasional car. I wouldn't say there's a ton of foot traffic. This is very residentially. And you do hear the boats too, or trains, whatever those things are. But I'm hearing, oh. There's a dog that has spotted the U-Hauler people and gave a little kind of warning barks. An Amazon delivery guy. Is he the U-Haul? Seems strange. They did close their store. I saw that. I don't think it was Whole Foods, which Amazon bought a few years back. And it was, I would say, 2 blocks away from QFC in Cap Hill. And it's just sort of a less gritty grocery store. You pay more money to have less homeless people, I'd say. And it was up the hill a little more, so just that couple blocks of separation make all the difference, apparently, in terms of traffic. So it did not perform as well, it seems. QFC was more in the middle of the madness, and it's quite successful. They have 2 stores that I can think of in Cap Hill. Nowhere else in the crazy Seattle area. There's at least one Albertsons. No, Safeway. There's one Safeway I can think of. Possibly there's 2. But these are all in the kind of more up the hill. Things that are more downtown. I cannot think of... Well, hold on. There's the QFC in Queen Anne, Lower Queen Anne. Trader Joe's in Upper Queen Anne. And they might have a Safeway up there as well. We definitely have a large store model instead of many smaller kind of store ideas. Strange thing about America. It's the size of everything. Because these houses take up quite a lot of space, square footage. They're quite long, but also you could put things in between them or things below them. Stores, you know. It's not kind of how we have designed things, and not everyone does, even when you're traveling. You don't always want that. So, which is why this is more of a quieter area. We're sort of sandwiched in between a few different places, I would say, in this location. More Beacon Hill. There's quite a few stores and things there.